What's going on, guys? It's Ryan again, and before we begin this restoration, I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much lately, but we're back in business and I plan to drop videos all summer long. I want to thank you guys so much for 330 subs, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Today we're restoring these Obsidian 12s, and someone tried to paint these yellowed soles, so we're gonna clean that off, fix some minor creasing, and then fix the rip on the back. The first thing we need to do is put on some gloves and then take these laces out. Whenever I clean shoes, I always pour some detergent inside just to make sure the washing machine fully cleans it. Next, we can insert our shoe trees inside, and this pretty much helps the shoes regain its shape. Using soap in a spray bottle, we can go ahead and give the shoes a light cleaning. The process is the same for the soles, but instead we're using a brass brush. I always make sure I put the laces through the last pair of holes and then tuck them inside. The bags are made to be a snug fit, but as a result, the shoes tend to push into each other as they're being washed, and it can cause harsh ankle creases. Our next step is to remove these creases using an iron. You can use a shirt, spray some water on it, and then iron the key parts like the lining and the tongue. For the ankle areas, simply push outwards from the inside and iron it out. You need to be extra careful here though, because the heat can easily damage the foam material. You can easily remove creases on the foam material using a heat gun, but too much heat will cause damage or separate the material. And this is a quick little before and after. To remove the paint on the soles, I used a scissor edge to try and scratch it off, cleaned it up with acetone, and repeated these two steps until it was cleaned. I removed any debris with acetone, and at the same time we're preparing the white portion and the foam for a repaint. Repainting the white is actually very easy. Make sure you paint light coats, and then sand in between using a 2000 grit sandpaper. The sanding is important because it removes any minor imperfections like paint clumps. And then we can give the shoes a final white coat. In order to paint the plastic part, we need to use a 1:1 ratio of white and 2-hard to help the paint stick to the material. Apply thin coats, stand in between, and carefully use a heat gun to speed up the process. To repaint the foam part and the uppers, I'm using French blue, and when we're done, we can protect our paint with Krylon matte finisher. And also guys, make sure you shake your varnish because you might end up with a cloudy finish if you don't. To unyellow the soles, I simply taped up the areas we don't want to bleach, applied Salon Care 50, 40 also works, I wrapped it up in saran wrap, and then put them in my icing setup for at least 20 hours. The tent is basically a shoe stand with cardboard pieces taped onto it that I wrapped with Mylar film. And the light is a plant growth light, and you can pick these up on eBay. And these are the results after 24 hours. To remove any sock lint, I'm using a fabric shaver, and you can pick these up pretty much anywhere for around $10. In order to fix the rip, we first need to remove any excess thread. Simply thread the needle, knot it a few times. And I started and ended my needle on the inner side because we need to knot the thread so it doesn't come loose and it's easier to hide it in there. So after a long time, I realized I won't be able to fix the middle part because every time I pass the needle through it, it frays even more. So I decided to strengthen the bond as much as I can and then paint over it later with the help of a fabric medium like Angelus Too Soft. And this is a quick little before and after. Finally, we can polish the shoes using tire shine and lace them back up. There you have it guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to drop a like, a sub, and a comment down below. Thank you all so much, and until next time, take care.